Hey everybody, so I'm going to tell you guys a story many of you all may already be familiar with, but I'm actually going to take this story and I'm going to use it as an example along with other examples, right? I'm going to call this video a contextualization video, if you will, okay? So what I want to make an example is showing how embracing and accepting this fraudulent culture is destroying us on like every level, right? And so I don't want to digress too much. This story is about Marie Holmes, a 26-year-old lady out of North Carolina that won a $188 million Powerball prize back in February of 2015. But she has gone on to like squander away a lot of money. She spent $21 million on bailing her boyfriend out of jail alone. So that's a lot of money, right? We know that $188 million is not chump change by any stretch of the imagination. And for you to come into this kind of money and to constantly give it back to the oppressive system because you are stuck in this arrested developed mindset where you still want to be the drug kingpin. But nevertheless, McDowell, that is her boyfriend's name. His name is Lamar McDowell. Okay, he's been accused of being, again, this big drug dealer, right? And she first bailed him out right after she got this money. So the check was hot off the press and she went and bailed him out immediately. And I get that part also because they were together previously, right? They were together prior to her winning this money. So this is the father of her child. They are engaged. The circumstances were different, right? They had to do what they had to do. He got arrested on drug charges. Of course, she's going to come and she's going to get him out. She spent $3 million on the first bond. But the problem comes in to where you have bonded him out at least 2 more times that we know of, right? And that's the part that I don't understand. I'm not going to continue to allow you to drag me down and pull me down and to squander away me and my children's future. So that's where the line would have been drawn. But nevertheless, she went and she got him. Okay, so McDowell's defense is, he says that we are a couple and this is what couples do. They help, each other out. If I had the money, I would do the same for her. I'm the father of her youngest child, right? And he's saying that you guys are just jealous because of the amount of money she won. And, the people want to see him locked up. This is according to him. Okay, meanwhile, Miss Marie, 31 at this time, she has brought this man a $15,000 diamond encrusted Rolex watch. She's brought like several pickup trucks. She spent $250,000 on a Chevy Stingray. She purchased a mechanic business for $600,000, and I get that. She's trying to invest this money and, make a more legitimate path for them, right? We came from nothing. We didn't have nothing. She worked at McDonald's. She worked 2 jobs. She lived in a trailer home with her mother and her 4 children. So they know what it is to struggle. And so now she got this money. She's like, okay, we're going to invest it. We're going to make this money, work for us, right? But they went on and they moved into a house, right? So she brought a 5-bedroom house. I think she spent initially, the first house she brought was like $290-something thousand, right? A very beautiful home in a gated community in Charlotte. That's where the small town where they live. And she brought this home, but when they moved in, they started to experience racism from the neighbors because they moved into a predominantly white, affluent neighborhood, right? Beautiful home. So they said that when they moved into the community, the neighbors started placing video cameras and stuff, all around the neighborhood. And when they would drive down the street, the neighbors would kind of wave their hands as to say, hey, slow down. Y'all are driving, too fast through here. And so they just really made them feel unwelcome and unwanted. So they packed up and they moved out of that community. And Holmes went on, she's confided in her family and her friends, and she's telling them how this money has, it comes with a lot of problems. It's been more of a burden than it has been a blessing. And, she's like, people on the outside looking in would think that this is, the answers to all your questions. But she's saying, no, it's not. And it could be, it's definitely a blessing, but it works better when you're in the right mindset, right? You can't think you're just going to get these millions of dollars and all of this money, and many of us do. You're going from not having a dollar, not understanding the value of a dollar because you've never had to. You never had that opportunity, right? Keeping it real. And so now you have that and you don't know what to do with it. So she was just saying that this money has come with more of a burden than a blessing, right? And so while she's confiding in friends and family, her business started to get out in the street. And then the fact that they come from a small town. So everybody started, getting wind of her constantly bailing this man out, wasting money. So friends and family and people that didn't even know her, but they had an opinion and they wanted to voice it. They started going to social media, right? And so they started posting things and telling her, like, girl, leave him alone. He's an idiot. He's a clown. Why would he want to continue to sell drugs when you guys have been blessed? Y'all are millionaires, right? Y'all got the type of money that these drug dealers and different people wish they had. So they were encouraging her to leave him alone. And so this started weighing heavy on her because this is the man she loved. They definitely wasn't telling her anything wrong that I could see, right? But anyway, I'm going to read a short story from the Daily Mail online, and this is in direct connection to one of Mr. McDowell's arrests, and it reads: McDowell was at the house when police arrived with a search warrant last July after he was found to have broken a pretrial agreement. From his prior drug charge arrest, he was fitted with a GPS ankle monitor, which showed that he was out after a curfew time of 7 p.m. While police were at the property, 2 officers smelled marijuana and obtained a search warrant. A copy of the warrant obtained by the Daily Mail online showed that police also believed the house was being used to store the proceeds of drug deals. The warrant said the affiant believed that it is more than likely that there are other narcotics as well as the proceeds from a narcotics business at the residence. This affiant believed the information sworn to above details an ongoing narcotics business. Holmes was arrested along with 3 other men on possession of marijuana charges. When police searched the main bedroom, they found a gun, leading to McDowell, a convicted felon, facing another charge. The drug charges against Holmes were later dropped, and she agreed to fund the $6 million bond to make sure McDowell spent limited time behind bars. McDowell had initially been arrested after a year-long investigation into a heroin traffic ring in Brunswick County. Court papers obtained by the Daily Mail online revealed that police placed GPS trackers on his car and tapped McDowell's phones as part of the investigations. In November, police seized 16,000 bags of heroin and arrested McDowell along with 2 other men. He was charged with conspiracy to traffic heroin, and as the amount is over 28 grams in North Carolina, it carries a minimum sentence of 225 months. Brunswick County Sheriff Office said at the time of his arrest, McDowell was a known gang member who had been involved in large-scale drug activity. A spokesman said the arrest came after a year-long investigation based on community complaints and tips. McDowell said he wants his day in court. This is so unfortunate on so many different levels, right? But this is an example of how embracing this broken, fraudulent culture will allow you to squander away your chances, opportunities to improve upon your own circumstances and the circumstances of those people immediately and directly tied to you, right? And otherwise. Because let's keep it real. This is the kind of money that people pray for. This is the kind of money that people dream of. This is the kind of money that solidifies generational wealth, right? This is the kind of money that allows you to invest. This is the kind of money that allows you to open businesses so that you can further create opportunities for other people. This is the kind of money that changed many people's lives. If you are in the right mindset, you got to be in the right mindset when you get this kind of money though, right? You can't be in the oppressive, the slave, the master. You can't think it's okay to continue to chase trends, right? But because we so affectionately embrace this broken thing called black culture, right? It tells us, it keeps us in this arrested development mindset where we don't want to grow. We don't have to evolve. We don't have, even with $188 million, it tells you that it's still cool to want to be a drug lord, a drug kingpin, to tote guns, to go shoot. That's what it tells you. That's what this broken culture tells you. Because that's what it was created to tell you. How to self-destruct. It was created to annihilate you. But yet and still, we embrace it. We embrace it. We love it. Right? It tells you that no matter what level of success you reach, no matter the pinnacles, no matter what positive, productive thing you are doing, it's far better, it's far more cooler, right? To be the thug, to be the gangbanger, to be the tough guy, to be the gangster. We see it in a relationship. Black women, and I'm not saying this to put no black brother down, but hey, we see it. So-called successful black sisters, where they want that thug, they want that gangster, they need somebody tough. Why is that? That's because of that mindset that's perpetuated throughout this so-called culture, and it's there for a reason. Take the mind, leave the body. It's there for a reason, right? This the culture that tells you should always strive for, and you should be like Al Capone. You should be like the El Chapos. You should want to be the Tony Montanas, and you want to be them too. You should want to be the John Gottis, all the tough guys, all the gangsters, all the thugs, because we goons, we gorillas. All of that. And we take from this, we romanticize and enchant, pedestal the mafioso. You know, black people, we love the mafioso. But we take all of the degenerate shit from their playbook. We take the murder, we take the drug dealing. We take the gangsterism. We take all of that. But why? We can't see that these people took this money and created generational wealth. They took it and flipped it. That's what they did. Do you know that 90% of these construction companies that exist today was built on yesterday's mob money? Do you know that? Do you know that these people, the casinos that got ties to mob money, almost all of those? Why we can't take those type of shit from they play? Why we can't take those plays? Huh? Why we can't take that? Instead, we want to worry about a motherfucking Draco. Why can't we take those from their playbook? They say all roads lead to Rome. Hell, I believe it. In America, 90% of the cement companies, the mobs were knee deep in that. All of these companies in business that I'm saying, they bring in millions and billions of dollars yearly. Why you won't take those type of, but instead we are left with this black culture mindset that tell you, you ain't never got to change. You get money, you don't got to change, don't change. No, the money should not change you, but you should understand that it's things about you that you need to change because you have this money. No, the money should never change you, but you got to change some things because you have this money. But we don't understand that. And this is why we find ourselves with $188 million and we won't leave the hood. $88 million and we still want to flip bricks because of this fucked up black culture mindset that we are in. We got to dismantle it. We got to dismantle it. We got to disown it. We got to dismiss ourselves of it. We have to. That's the only way we are going to survive. That's the only way. If you guys enjoyed this content, I'd like to ask you to hit the like button. Do consider subscribing to the channel. And until next time, keep it peaceful.